Nobu or whatever for 2 more spells. Yeah, bad news. Well, bad news for me. For you guys, it might be good news. I don't know. But we have decided to not release Monk of Mourning as a new spell. So you will not be able to get it. It might come back someday, but
as you guys saw in the clip, it's the end of Monk of Mourning. It's gone. It's essentially gone. It's not making its way to Live Realm, which really sucks. I mean, I like the spell. I know it's just Goat Monk, just the death version. Still though, I mean, I every time the game gets any type of Mushu love, I'm always happy, right? Regardless of the fact that I have to grind it, go farm it, open packs, whatever. If it's Mushu, I like it. So I was glad this spell was even created, right? I'm glad it even made its way in Test Realm. But it won't make its way to Live Realm. Let's talk about it. So Monk of Mourning is essentially Headless Horseman. These are both at max tier. If you guys go to my Spellman path, I'm at max. Currently in Live Realm, you cannot even tier it up, right? If anyone says they have tiers on it, you literally can't, because you have to wait for the Halloween event, and then that's when Spellmans were going to be introduced. The path for Headless Horseman always existed, but it's just that you couldn't use the path. It was just there. So Monk of Mourning was supposed to be just a better version of that. They have 5 tiers because you can get this at any time, while Headless was only capped at tier 3 due to the fact that you can't get this at every time. There's no point of having the 2 extra tiers if you can't even visually even go get them. So that's why it's only tier 3. Eventually they were supposed to be tier 4, tier 5, but that's why Monk of Mourning had that. But at tier 3, 465, tier 3, 465. So it was literally supposed to be an exact copy, as I stated before in my previous video. But the issue is, there's a couple issues, right? People were saying, well, what's the point of having both then? There's, like, as a dev standpoint, it makes sense. Well, you can't get Headless Horseman, right? You have to wait for Halloween. You have to wait for any type of Halloween event to come back. Then you can get Headless. While Monk of Mourning, you can just get it at any time. If somebody really wants to get the spell, they can, well, go to Mushu, go do the gold key boss, farm out some spellments, and boom, you get the spell, right? That makes sense. But from the player standpoint, is like, why introduce a new spell that's the same as this spell, just has more tiers, and it does exactly the same thing, right? Same cost, same everything, just different animation, right? And then on top of that, if somebody really wanted to in PvP, well, you can just run a full full deck of 12 basically Headless Horsemans, which was also another issue. So they would have to figure out a system of limiting it. I know some people were saying, well, just change the Monk of Mourning card, you know, take off the chromatic weaknesses, do something else, right? So it's still a card that can be usable. Maybe that's something that they'll do way down the line, right? But I don't think it's on their main priority list, right? Monk of Mourning was just supposed to be a substitute Headless Horseman for now, till people have access to it. But it would just interfere with a lot of things, which sucks. I know it sucks. At least to other players, they might be happy because, you know, well, they don't have to fight against someone that has like 12 Headless Horsemen, essentially, right? But for PvE, I mean, I can see why you wouldn't use this spell, because, like, to be honest, you can just use other spells for 5 pips, actually. Like, you could just use Skeletal Pirate, but this is just a better Skeletal Pirate because it uses School Pip, you know, if you wanted to go the damage path, right? And then you can just use this for the Spellman path, or you can just have both on Spellman path, right? So that's why it's the end of Monk of Mourning. So hopefully in the future they do something where they revamp it, maybe, and we can see it maybe come back to Live Realm. I know it exists on other gear pieces, I'm pretty sure. If not, I think there's a treasure card of Monk of Mourning. It's not the same concept. It doesn't give the chromatic weaknesses. It's not a School Pip. I think it's just regular called Monk of Mourning treasure card. And at the same time, they preemptively were preparing for this because the fact that the Aeon sword actually got changed for ice. This used to give a Headless Horseman, but they changed it so it gave you a Monk of Mourning. So they were prepared to actually make this like official. So now they have to go back and change Headless Horseman on certain weapons for dual schooling. So now it goes back to Headless Horseman. So instead of it being Monk of Mourning, it's going to be back to Headless Horseman, which originally this is what it was. So it kind of sucks. It really does. We can quickly go over the animation one last time, one last hurrah, because I'm pretty sure they'll remove this from test shop whenever the next patch comes out. And I don't know when this video is going to be posted, because I have, as you guys know, I have a lot of editing to do on test realm, which is fine by me, right? Nobody tells me I have to edit. I enjoy making these videos. At least if I really wanted to use this card, I can always just, hey, be like, well, I'm gonna just go get the TC. It's not gonna be the same. It's not like I can enchant it. None of that. We'll kill the other one too, might as well. It's not like I can enchant it. I'm gonna be just only using treasure cards. Maybe it can make its way on a gear piece. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But another thing was, what that a lot of people had as an issue, was getting this as a spellman drop, which I was going to make a video about, but I can talk a little bit about it right now. Is if you go try to farm the Mushu key boss, Takanobu the Masterless, I believe his name is, if this was added to the pool, you guys would have to farm for, I think, like 5 different spells, because there's all the spells are in the ninja spellman pack. So that would be like ninja pig, samurai, goat monk, I believe, those 3. And then on top of that, this would have been added to those drop pools, so that's 4 right there. And he also drops catch of the day, so that man would be dropping 5 different spells, which a lot of people were talking about. The Avalon key boss, I'm pretty sure, will still have 5. It's just that they're gonna boost the drop rates, I assume, or just mess around with the drop rates. But I still would like to see some gear drop from those 2 bosses, just because if we're just grinding spellments, I mean, I would like to see some gear. The gear has like no stats that are usable or anything like that, but at least it's good for stitching, right? It's not like it's going to affect the game drastically, I'd say. Maybe the devs know more about that, of why they don't want to add gear pieces, or maybe it's already in the pool. I'm not too sure, because I haven't tested the key bosses at the moment, and I'm pretty sure they do drop it at the moment if I went to go test it. But maybe I can do that for like another video or something. I don't know. But that is going to be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Say goodbye to Monk of Mourning. May I see you again, maybe with some different type of effects. They could have done an infection. I don't know. Like, there's probably so many things they could have done on this card. But hope to see it again in the future. But that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. And rest in peace, Monk of Mourning. See you guys.